Okay, so today I'm going to introduce you to the 5 Lessons book, the golf book written by Ben Hogan. It is a legendary book. It's the Bible for us golf instructors, and it's going to help you play better golf today. I'm going to showcase today the swing plane, the 2D pane of glass that he put in the book. It's a beautiful illustration, and it also has a swath of a circular club head. So the circular club head is under the pane of glass. So you have some sort of linear component along with the circle of the pivot. And that's where it gets confusing out there with some golf instruction and or thoughts about what we do. Do we try to release the club down the line, or does it follow around my body when I swing? And so what do you think right now? Leave me a comment on that. All right, so we're going to get into that 5 Lessons book now. And from good resources, it was told to me that Ben Hogan had a 2x4 in his bag at all times on the driving range. Now, why would he have a 2x4 in there? Well, if you ever saw the back view of Hogan and the front view, you could take a look right there and you get an idea about that right leg and what a post it is at an incline, right? Kind of like I have mine hiked up just like this right here. So he had the 2x4 kind of back here, right? And he would brace up on it. So I'm going to take this pipe here just to show you that. And if you've never done this and you're worried about sliding, just get yourself a pipe like this, a board, put one of your shafts down, just step on it. Get half of the shoe on it, you know, or 1/3 of it. Just something where your brain goes, okay, we're bracing against this, dudes. Here we go. And then you start pivoting back and you're going to see this right leg look awesome. Let me flip around the other way. I got 1/3 of my shoe on that pipe, right? I feel the bracing is going to so I'm not going to have a soft knee over here and do that. I'm going to look like Hogan and just brace that sucker. Now it's like this hip is like firm, easy to push off and launch yourself to the target. So those are, well, that's something you should do. Experience. You can do this at home, okay? The other thing is that he also had Percy Boomer's book in his golf bag. So he had a post and a book. Percy Boomer, one of the great players before Hogan, great instructor. Some of the things that Mr. Hogan never left anything untouched. You know, I mean, he was always after it. And then he invented the term, dig it out of the dirt, you know. So I'm helping you with the shovel here, uncovering some of it and helping you understand the swing plane, because it is a big deal. And you will be on automatic pilot like Tiger Woods looks when he swings. And those irons that he plays are just spot on. You know what? And now Tiger, I guess I would say that Tiger Woods is more like us now. He's broken, man. He doesn't move like he used to. I mean, he's fit as a fiddle again. Just watched him at the 2024 PNC. Hit it great. Modified the driver swing. Notice his stance now is much more narrow. You know, he's also got the right foot back. You look at Bernard Longer if you watch that same. So if you want to take stress off your back with good balance, you narrow the stance up, drop that right foot. It's going to help with the unwinding of the lower body without stress on the low back, and start getting those arms on playing with some speed. This beautiful drill here. This drill right here is one of my favorites. You just split the grip and put the forearms in line with the shoulder joints, okay? So at that angle, if I had a ball, I'm going to scoot this ball right up on the pipe here, because my club will be behind there, and that'll be the swing plane. If I pick up the club like I just showed you and put my arms like so, you see that there, and then they're hanging down, and I just lift them up to where they're pointing at the white pipe, right? So that they're at an angle. My arms are at an angle. They're not vertically straight down. They've lifted them a little. There's my swing plane. And now I just start turning, and I let the right elbow fold, and it's a perfect pivot. The club's in front of me. The shaft's on the plane, as you can see. And it's just a winning situation here. Then you can slide that hand down and come back, whoosh. Or you can just be a machine, as so. But it's a great drill. You might be out there playing on the golf course and lose your stuff a little bit out there. The way you can get it back is just go, okay, what's that split grip thing, man? I don't know where I am right now. As soon as you start doing this, the pivot of your body and the shoulders, you got the tailbone and shoulder pivot all working in nice unison sequence. So I really want to bring the simplicity of this swing plane to you guys, and so you can understand how beneficial it is for the short shots that we play all day long. Maybe you're going into par fives with wedge shots. Maybe you hit your pitching wedge 120 yards. You're going to find the lower 180 of the swing plane is where you live for those. Chip shots, pitch shots, half wedge shots. And what I mean by that is if you drew a circle around your body at 360 and you put this right in half, so now I've got an upper 180 semicircle and a lower 180, your short game or wedge shots end up on the lower plane. So about belt high with the hands, and you'll see Tiger Woods all the time like this, right? And then coming right through on the other side, right on plane through on the lower 180. Now when we want to go further with our shots, we're going to lift the arms up a bit more up the plane. So now it's way up in here, but still on the plane. It's just further back and up. So that's what the club does. It swings back, in, and up, an amalgam of all. And that's what Tiger does the best. He just lifts that club away as he turns his body beautifully, and you know the rest, right? So that was Hogan was the master of the pivot. He would like have this thing ripping around this way, start to come down here, start to open up his body, and then you'd see the long arms just going right up the inclined plane on this way. So if you're thinking and wondering if you should go in a straight line, that's not what you should do. You need to understand that you are turning to help the centrifugal throw out of the club with a centripetal action. Those are big words. But the pulling of the handle around the corner, like Scheffler, Nicklaus, Hogan, greats of the game, keep the clubs going in a circle. All right? So in other words, if I had this fan here again go forward towards you all, if I move this out further away from me so that you guys can like say, well, okay, what happens when you follow through? Well, the club now is going what? It's going forward, in, and up again. So it went from the top, it went, well, I'll go again, I'll go through the whole thing. So it went back, in, and up. Now it's going to go down, out, and forward, okay? So the forward, once you've hit the ball, you're going forward, and then it's going to start coming inside again. And it's going to start going up again, right? And that's what you need to understand. A lot of guys, now I would say this is really a big deal, that most amateurs can do the backswing pretty well. They can get it wound up pretty nice, you know, just wind it up and swing it around back here. But then all hell breaks loose coming down, and they come down and the arms start unwinding the club down, and the body doesn't turn at all, okay? So to understand that you want to feel like you're always lifting this hip up, I call it my egg beater drill. You want to feel like your hips are always lifting, turning, and moving in a circle as well. And from your point of view there, it would be like this, right? And you want to practice that your belly button's closer than the buttons of your shoe. Belly button is closer than the buttons of your shirt. Hogan said that the closest thing to the target was his belt buckle at the end of the swing. So the middle of his body. And that's also really important too, to say to yourself like, well, when I'm going into the finish, what am I turning? I can turn my upper body, which is the shoulders, and not turn my middle body or lower body. Or they say, well, turn your lower body. Okay, I've turned my lower body, and now my shoulders are still here. I like to get people to talk about unwinding the middle of their body, a belly button. You start unwinding the middle, the core of your body, you're going to be an elite swinger of the golf club. I guarantee you. So that's the idea, is that you've got the three sections. You've got lower body, middle of body, between belt and here, and the upper body, which is kind of about below the pecs up to the neck, shoulders, thorax, that kind of stuff for you guys out there. So Hogan moved the middle of his body better than anyone. I mean, you just watch him just spin like a banshee, way up here with those long killer arms, elbows way above his ears, and then they would just rest like this. And you're going to have a great season for 2025. Anyway, thank you for listening and taking the time to watch these videos. I really appreciate it. Hit me in some comments and enjoy the rest of the video. Hey guys, are you experiencing difficulties with your golf game? Did you know there are 3 major league systems that are used on the tour today, where the real-time adjustments are made by the tour players so that they can shoot better scores under the extreme conditions, and so can you. So just click the link down below. It'll take you to a free quiz. We'll determine which system is better for you so that you can hit your goals and drastically improve your game, just like a tour player. All right, we'll see you on the other side.